Welcome to Dragon Horde Gaming. In today's video, we're going to open up Commander Legends Collector's Box. There we go. There. Alright. Oh, this cost me a bit. Really packed tight. Alright. It's heavy. We got 12 packs here. Alright. Open up and see what we got. Ugh. I can get a hold of it. Come on, open please. There we go. Alright. Foil commons. Foil uncommons. Foil uncommon legendaries. And our rare is... foil rare is Soul of Eternity. Cost 7, 5 generic, 2 white. Its power and toughness are each equal to your life total. Encore 4. 9, 7 generic, and 2 white. Extended Art Opal Palace. Extended Art Bio-Waste Blob. Cost 4. 2 generic and 2 green. Ooze you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control your commander, create a token that's a copy of Bio-Waste Blob. Etch Foil 1 is a Essior. We got Ravos Soul Tender. Mythic. Cost 5, 3 generic, a white and a black. Flying, other creatures you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And we got a Belby Corrupted Observer. Cost 2, a black and a green. At the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, that player adds 2 colorless for each of your opponents who lost life this turn. Alright. And a foil horror zombie token. Alright. Next pack. Alright. Skydiving, nice. Explosion of Riches. Demonic Lore. Galeron Color Wirewood. Armorex Filigree Thrasher. Foil Immaculate Magistrate. Cost 4, 3 generic and a green. Tap, put a 1/1 counter on target creature for each elf you control. We got a Extended Art Soul Ring. Extended Art Opposition Agent. Costs 3, 2 generic and a black. Flash, you control your opponents while they search their libraries. When an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remained exiled. And you may spend mana as though they were mana of any color to cast them. We've got Erdine Intrepid Archaeologist. Zidru the Great-Hearted. Cost 4, a generic, a blue, red, and a white. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents your opponent own that a number of permanents you own that your opponents control. Pay a blue, red, and a white Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. Elgish Crossroads Augur. Cost 6 for generic 2 blue. Flying. If you would scry a number of cards, draw that many cards instead. Partner. Elf Zombie Token. Lightning Rig Crew. Extended foil 3 visits. That's probably going to be some money right there. Wait a minute. Why is the extended and before the... Oh, that's weird. I'll put that there. Amari of the Dead Tide. Maria Thorn of the Glade. Foil extended opposition agent. Okay. Generous Gift. Slash the Ranks. Costs 5. 3 generic, 2 white. Destroy all creatures and planeswalker except for commanders. Kangi Skywarden. Rakdos Lord of Rights. Cost 4. 2 black, 2 red. You can't cast this spell unless an opponent lost life this turn. Flying Trample. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. Obeck Brute Chronologist. Cost 4, generic blue, black, and red. Tap target player whose turn it is may end the turn. Foil Treasure Dragon Token, and it's slightly bent. Alright. Come on, open up, please. There we go. Alright, we got Goblin Artisan, Vow of Wilderness, Ichtekis Salvage Splicer, Bell. Oh, it's a rare. Oh, so I guess they aren't always a uncommon. Bell Baraka Spectral Sergeant, cost 4. Oh! This is one of the commander ones, isn't it? No, it's not. It's got a... Okay. Cost 4, 2 generic, a red, and a white. Note the converted mana cost of each card as it is put into exile. Bell Baraka Spectral Sergeant's power is equal to the greatest number noted for this turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So weird. Let's put that there. Jessica's Will, costs 3. 2 generic and red. Choose one if you control a commander. As you cast a spell, you may choose both. Add red for each card in target opponent's hand. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. Extended Art Preordain. The Extended Aphian Mutineer. Cost 4, 3 generic and a blue. When it enters battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That creature's controller creates a 4/3 blue salamander warrior creature token. Encore for 6, 4 generic and 2 blue. We got Gallon Color Wirewood. We got Vile Smasher the Fierce. Cost 3, generic, a black and a red. When you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. Vile Smasher deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to that player or planeswalker that player controls. Partner. Archelios, Lagoon Mystic. Cost 4, a generic black, a green, and a blue. As long as it's tapped, other permanents enter the battlefield tapped. As long as it's untapped, other permanents enter the battlefield untapped. Nice. Spirit Zombie Token. Token's damage. Although, don't see that weird line going through them anymore. Alright, come on. There we go. Alright, we got a Foil Supreme Will, Draconic Volcanic Dragon. We got a Foil Kangi Skywarden, Esior, Wardwing Familiar, Court of Cunning, costs 3, a generic 2 blue. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of the upkeep, a number of target players mill 2 cards. If you're the Monarch, each of those players mill 10 cards instead. Acidic Slime, Extended Art. Extended Art Scroll Rack. Okay, that's my second scroll rack. That's cool. Costs 2, generic. Pay 1 generic, tap, exile any number of cards from your hand, face down, put that many cards from the top of your library into your hand, then look at the exiled cards, and put them on top of your library in any order. Ahur, Solemn Ritualist. Ramos, Dragon Engine. Costs 6, generic. Flying, when you cast a spell, put a 1/1 counter on Ramos Dragon Engine for each of that spell's colors. Remove 5 1/1 counters from Ramos. Add 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, 2 green. Activate this ability only once each turn. And Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. Costs 4, 2 generic, green and white. Lifelink, at the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many 1/1 counters among any number of other target creatures. Treasure Zombie Token. Ooh, Foil Monarch Token. Oh. Kangi Lieutenant. Viscerous Seer, Extended Art Foil. Nadir, Agent of Dusknell. Thasiel, Revenant Medium. Nightshade Harvester, costs 4, 3 generic and a black. When land enters battlefield under an opponent's control, that player loses 1 life. Put a 1/1 counter on Nightshade Harvester. Non-foil Extended Art Viscerous Seer. Extended Art Rejuvenating Springs. Enters battlefield tap unless you control, if you have 2 or more opponents. Taps for green and blue. Jury Master of Revenue. Rayhan, Last of the Abzan, costs 3, generic, black and a green. It enters the battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it. Whenever a creature you control dies or is put into the command zone, if you had a 1 or more 1/1 counters on it, you may put that many 1/1 counters on target creature. Partner. Ooh, it's a mythic. Kamal, Heart of Krosa. Costs 8, 6 generic, 2 green. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Pay a generic and a green. Until end of turn, target land you control becomes a 1/1 elemental creature with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. It's still land. Partner. Elf Monarch Token. Please open. There we go. Alright. Guildless Commons. Dreamstone Hedron. Kedish, Emberclaw Familiar. Singir, the Dark Baron. Cost 6 for generic, 2 black. Flying. When another creature dies, put 2 1/1 counters on Singir. Whenever another player loses the game, you gain life equal to that player's life total as the turn began. Partner. Wheel of Misfortune, foil extended art. Cost 3, 2 generic and a red. Each player secretly chooses a number, 0 or greater. Then all players reveal those numbers simultaneously and determine the highest and lowest number revealed this way. Wheel of Misfortune deals damage equal to the highest number to each player who chose that number. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Extended art, Thought Vessel. Extended art, Kamal's Will. Cost 4, 3 generic and a green. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both. Till end turn, any number of target lands you control become 1/1 elemental creatures with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. They're still lands. Choose target creature you don't control. Each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Slurk, All Ingesting. Xenagos, God of Revels. Cost 5, 3 generic red and a green. Indestructible. As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, Xenagos isn't a creature. Beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is that creature's power. Blim, Comedic Genius. Cost 4 to generic, a black and a red. Flying. When it deals damage to a player, that player gains control of target permanent you control. Then each player loses life and discards cards equal to the number of permanents they control but don't own. Horror Thrall. Full command sphere. String Flinger Spider. Open the Armory. Jury Master of Revenue. I am sure I'm butchering that. Sanai, Eye of the Storm. Foil Mana Drain. Oh. 2 blue. Counter target spell. At the beginning of your next main phase, add an amount of colorless equal to that spell's converted mana cost. That's going to go into a sleeve as soon as I'm done recording. Path of Ancestry extended art. Sakashima's Will, cost 4, 3 generic and a blue. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both. Target opponent chooses a creature they control, you gain control of it. Choose a creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Keshkik Flesh Sculptor. Maelstrom Wanderer. Cost 8, 5 generic, a green, blue, and a red. Creatures you control have haste. Cascade, Cascade. Colfiner, The Last You. Cost 6, 3 generic, a white, black, and a green. Vigilance Reach. When it or another creature you control dies, return up to one other target creature card with lesser toughness from your graveyard to your hand. Salamander Warrior Zombie. Okay. Alright. I got Flow Reclamation, blah, 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 blah. Alright. Oh, there's uncommons. Let's fix this over here. So the Monstrous Onslaught. Gin Arcanum Weaver. Costs 3, red, white, and black. Pay 3, red, white, and black. Tap, sacrifice an enchantment. Return an enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Another rare. Lisa Shroud of Dusk. Cost 5, 2 generic, 2 white, and a black. Rather than pay 2 for each previous time you cast this spell from the command zone this game, pay 2 life that many times. Flying Lifelink. Whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. Okay. Flamekin Herald. Costs 3, 2 generic and a red. Commander spells you cast have Cascade. Nice. Extended art, Combrog Witches. Extended art, Laboratory Dirge. Cost 4, 3 generic and a blue. At the beginning of each end step, draw a card if you cast a spell from a graveyard or activate an ability of a card in a graveyard this turn. Brynlin, the Moon Kraken. Silas Wren's Seeker Adapt. Cost 3, a generic, a blue, and a black. Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. Partner. Livio Oathsworn Sentinel. Costs 2, a generic and a white. Pay 2, a generic and a white. Choose another target creature its controller may exile it with an Aegis counter on it. Pay 3, 2 generic and a white, tap, return all exile cards with Aegis counters on them to the battlefield under their owner's control. Partner. Salamander and Monarch token. I'm getting a lot of the Monarch tokens here. Foundry Inspector. Ugh, look at that. See that? Cards are getting bent. Mindless Automaton. Foil Extended Art Swiftfoot Boots. Nimma Jaraga Chieftain. Numan. We got the Elf Ball, Abomination of Limwar. We got a Foil Extended Art Apex Devastator. Cost 8 and 2. Cost 10, 8 and 2 green. Cascade, Cascade, Cascade. Swords to Plowshare. Extended Art. I heard people complain about the fact that there's a hoe in this, but it's swords to plowshares. It's a sword going to a guy plowing, so makes sense to me. Extended Art Court of Grace, cost 4, 2 generic, 2 white. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. If you're the Monarch, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying instead. Radiant Sarah Archangel. Queen Marchesa, cost 4, generic, a red, white, and a black. Death Touch Haste. Enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponent is the Monarch, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death Touch and Haste. Nostro, Voice of Crags, cost 4, generic, a blue, red, and a white. Tap, choose X. Choose one. X is the number of spells you cast this turn. Scry X. It deals damage to target creature. You gain X life. Give it lifelink and then damage to the creature, and then you still gain the X life. Alright. Thought Vessel, is that it? And Pride of Perfect. Killis, Sunmane Familiar. We got another Lathius, Bountiful Dawn. Spectator Seating. Oh, yeah. Enters battlefield tap unless you can have 2 or more opponents. Taps for red and white. Coiling Oracle. Extended Art. Extended Art Emberwall Captain. Costs 4, 3 generic and a red. Enters battlefield, you become the Monarch. Whenever an opponent attacks you while you're the Monarch, it deals damage to that player equal in the number of cards in their hand. Hamza, Guardian of Ashen. Yuriko, Tiger's Shadow. Cost 3, generic, a blue and a black. Commander Ninjutsu, blue and a black. When a ninja you control deals damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to the card's converted mana cost. Amaranth, the Illustrious. Cost 6, 3 generic, a green, white, and a blue. Flying. When another permanent enters the battlefield under control, look at the top card of your library. If it shares a card type with the permanent, you may reveal that card and put it into your hand. Soldier token. Last pack. Alright. Come on. Jeweled Lotus. Alright. We got a Meteoric Mace. Fencing Ace. Fathis Shadowcat Familiar. Adrian Impudent. Whatever. Wrong turn. Cost 3. 2 generic and blue. Target opponent gains control of target creature. Myriad Landscape Extended Art. Demonic Tutor Extended Art. Alright. Cost 1 black. Not demonic. Vampiric Tutor. Search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. You lose 2 life. We got Fathis again. Zur the Enchanter. Costs 4 generic, a white, blue, and a black. Whenever Zur the Enchanter attacks, you may search your library for an enchantment card with converted mana cost 3 or less. Put it into the battlefield. If you do, shuffle your library. Gormeldak, Amphibiologist, cost 3, generic of green and a blue. You and permanents you control have protection from salamanders. At the beginning of your end step, each player who controls the fewest creatures creates a 4/3 blue salamander warrior creature token. And a soldier token, and a rock. Well, we got 2 really good cards in this. We got Vampiric Tutor and Mana Drain Foil. Whew, those are some good cards. And I bet there's some good cards in those etched foils too. Yeah, I actually remember what they were called. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like, share, comment, subscribe. And for notifications, hit that bell icon. And good luck in your openings, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.